Winter Olympics, it's Late Night with David Letterman. Tonight, Michael J. Fox, recycling expert Carolyn Jabb, and musician-author Bob Geldof. Plus, Paul Schaefer and the world's most dangerous band. And now, a man who received more votes than Gary Hart in the Iowa caucuses, David Letterman.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to do something here before we begin. I think this is kind of funny. If there is anybody now, and this could happen now because of the miracle of satellite technology, if there is anyone now watching this program, tonight's broadcast, in Switzerland on one of those satellite dishes, I just have one thing to say. What are you, insane? Go outside, get some fresh air, get a hobby. Make something of yourself. What if I look like that guy hosting the show? Well, fun to pretend, isn't it? Well, there's some good news and some bad news from Alexander Haig's camp today. He said he's dropping out of the presidential race, but he still intends to make some important policy statements regarding world events. You know, I've forgotten which is the good news and which is the bad news. How did this guy get a show? George Bush, obviously disappointed by his poor showing in Iowa. He told his supporters today, though, that he is confident that he'll do much better in next month's People's Choice Awards. So I think that's... almost like a siren. Did you hear a siren?
I did
Felt like
hear,
I was
yeah.
being pulled over in Connecticut. Not that that's ever happened.
Make you feel at home.
You explain this to me. I don't understand this. In a hastily called press conference earlier today, Walter Matthau angrily denied that he has worse posture than most apes. You know, something may have come in for you folks today. I may have a little gift for you a little bit later.
What is it?
Let me phone the mailroom and see if it arrived, and if it did, we'll get it right up here to the studio, because I don't want you to go home without it. Thank you. Look at this show, kids. You don't even need me here tonight with this show. Actually more a figure of speech than anything. Bob Geldof is here. Carolyn Jabbs, that's right. Carolyn Jabbs is with us tonight. Carolyn Jabbs. Did Carolyn's name get into the TV guide? Do we have Carolyn's name in the TV guide? Well, think of the large audience we're losing if she's not listed.
Who is she?
What do you mean, who is she? And also, Michael J. Fox is with us tonight. My good friend Paul Schaefer, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you. Dave, I came to a realization last night. In the middle of the night, I woke up in a cold sweat,
Yeah.
and I realized something sort of frightening.
What was it, Paul?
I am no longer too hip for the room.
You're not?
No,
I think you are.
Now I am just a little underneath where the room is in hipness. Just
So you,
slightly underneath.
just about the right level of hipness for the basement.
For the basement.
If you're under the room.
basement of hitness is where I've landed. So I was
Did you happen to see Ozzie and Harriet last night?
Speaking of the basement of hitness,
no. I didn't get
Ozzie and Harriet.
No, I missed it myself. I didn't get a chance to see it.
What happened?
I don't know. I missed it myself. I didn't get a chance to see it.
Oh, excuse me.
But it's a great show.
Oh, it was a fabulous show.
It still is a good show.
And at the end of every episode, Ricky Nelson would sing a tune.
Not only would he sing a song, but if the show is running short, he'll sing 2 songs.
Sort of like the way our show used to be.
The way this show used to be?
Yeah.
You know, the thing that really, I'm still reeling by the announcement yesterday that I'm not a friend of commercial aviation.
Yeah.
And this is a long story, and if you weren't with us last night, I'll try and shorten it up. But somebody just said we needed a favor from an airline here in New York City, and they said no because David Letterman is no friend of commercial aviation. But I'm thinking to myself last night on the way home, does this mean my frequent flyer miles are voided?
Well, they're just going to be, you know, a little less frequent. I don't know.
I'm awfully tired of the snow. We had another storm here last night, and I've had it. That's 4. I've had to drive home now in 4 major blinding snow blizzards since the holidays. You know, I think it arrived. Yes, there it is. Now,
it came.
Can you see it? I knew you'd love it. It's one of our best ever.
It came in.
It finally came in. What the hell are we doing? Where is it? I don't have it here. I don't have the, huh? Oh, that's right. Well, tonight, no wonder. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, this is very exciting. Get ready, Paul.
Yeah.
Tonight is our 1,000th show. Look who's here to help us celebrate. It's our production assistant, Connie Plesko. Nice to see you, Connie. How are you doing?
Good,
And congratulations on 1,000 shows. It was great.
Thanks, Dave,
Yeah.
but this isn't our 1,000th show.
Oh, it's not?
No, I'm sorry. It's only show 984.
984.
Yep.
984. So, no, it's
show
not the
at all.
1,000 show, so we were like 16 short.
Yeah,
Jeez.
16.
You must be terribly disappointed.
Well, we'll wait.
All right, good. Thank you anyway, Connie. And you're expecting a baby, obviously.
Any day now.
Any day now. This must be the most exciting time of your life. You have the baby's room all set up and everything?
Baby's room? What do you mean?
Well, you know, a place for the crib and for the baby and the hamper and the little curtains with ducks on them and maybe a mobile and that kind of thing.
Baby's room. What a great idea.
Yeah.
We'll have to put one of those together.
Okay, Connie.
Oh, by the way, here's the top 10
Thank
list.
you very much.
You're welcome.
Tonight, the category from the home office in Lincoln, Nebraska. My top 10 favorite caricatures of me. This is a visual top 10. A departure, a visual top 10. My top 10 favorite caricatures of me. Number 10, Marvel Comics. Like John Davidson. Number 8, the unauthorized biography. Number 9, number 8, the Calgary Herald. Number 7, the St. Paul Pioneer Press Dispatch. Number 6, Cracked Magazine. Number 5, USA Today. God. Number 4, the Boston Herald. Number 3, the Bangor Daily News. Yikes. Number 2, American Way Magazine. Oh, brother. And the number 1, Chicago Tribune. Hal, can we see number 1 again, Hal?
Let's find it.
That's number 1. Hal Grani, our director, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Hal Grani. No, number 1. Can we see?
Second one,
Yeah, number 1. This, number 1, number 1. 1? That is number 1. All right, thanks, Hal.
Lost, yeah.
It's gone forever? I look like the captain of the Czechoslovakian Davis Cup team there. Let's do our viewer mail unless we're completely out of time, are we? All right. These are actual letters from all over North America, and we take a little time here each Friday night to respond to them because we think it's the thing to do. Dave, number 1 begins, literally speaking, this letter in honor of the letters of the David Letterman Show contains 9 A's, 2 B's, 2 C's, 6 D's, 43 E's, 9 F's, 5 G's, 11 H's, 19 I's, 1 J, 10 W's, 4 X's, 9 Y's, and 1 Z. Letterly yours, Ed Grant, Abilene, Texas. Well, Ed, thank you very much for taking the time to entertain us with that little word game. I think I have the hang of it, and I'm going to put together a response for you. Okay, here you go, Ed. My response to you contains 2 U's, 1 O, an A, and I'm sorry, a Y, 1 C, 1 K, and an F. There you are. Have some fun.
Bravo, sir.
Yeah, this is pretty smart stuff, isn't it? This is your 4th grade batch tonight here. Letter number 2, Dear Dave, Paul's eyes always look so sad even when he laughs. Why is this? A curious fan, Sarah Amour, Gaithersburg, Maryland. You know, Sarah, Paul does have a very special quality, a sadness underneath the laughter, but you're not the only one who has noticed this quality in Paul. Millions have been touched by the lonesome little man inside the happy-go-lucky band leader. That's why I'm proud to offer you, all my viewers, this lovely photograph. Actually, it's a painting, and here it is, right there. Offer, wherever that goes. Bill?
You can order Sad Paul by sending $9.95 to Sad Paul, 99 Rockefeller Plaza, New York, New York, 10090.
Sad Paul. What time is the show tonight?
This is it. We're in
Oh,
the
this
show
is
now.
the show.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
This is the show right now.
Why is my face red? Letter number 3, Dear Dave, after you finish reading this letter, think about what is the real purpose of your existence on this earth. A fan, John Khrushchev, Kirkwood, Missouri. I will think about this. You know, John, it just came to me. I think my reason for existence is my weekend job grading hams for the USDA. Carolyn Jabs is with us tonight.
Yes, who is she?
So we don't have to worry. We can't fall too far because this woman is here to save us.
What does she do?
Well, you'll find out.
Okay.
She's a fascinating woman.
Fabulous.
Or why would she be on the show if she
Right.
weren't fascinating?
Exactly.
Exactly. Dear Dave, number 4 begins, what kind of cigar do you prefer? Sincerely, Nikki Brooks, Waverly, Iowa, I believe. IA, that's Iowa. Good question, Nikki. You know, I've frankly tried all types of cigars, but I have to say, I believe now, in all sincerity, my favorite cigars would be Dutch Masters. Thank you for writing. Letter number 5. Dear Dave. I'm sorry, Paul, you have a problem over there?
Yeah. Dutch Masters. You are a classy guy.
What?
Where do you smoke those Dutch Masters, by the way? At the barber shop with your friends from the Kiwanis Club?
Well,
Mr.
no.
Mr. Talk Show host, Mr. Celebrity, Mr. House in Malibu, and you smoke Dutch Masters. You know, I think deep down inside, Dave, you're really just a hayseed from Indiana, and that really crap. Huh?
Schaefer, if you ever make fun of us or Letterman again, so help me God, we'll kill you. Now, do we understand each other?
Yes.
What? I can't hear you.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, Mr. Dutch Master.
Thanks, boys.
Hey, did you see those guys were really big?
Yeah, they
I
were.
always thought the Dutch Masters would be kind of smaller, mild-mannered.
Pansy-like,
Those
huh?
were, those
Yeah,
were rough,
big guys.
tough
Yeah.
guys. The one that grabbed me felt
Yeah.
like he must work out or
Yeah, maybe he does.
something.
Yeah.
I think, you'd think they would be just kind of petty bourgeois merchants, but really they're just a bunch of hard-boiled hoods, really, and I'd like to say that I hope I never have to tangle with those Dutch Masters again. Thank you very much. Thank you. so much.
Letter
Thank you very much.
oh, we're up to 14. Dear Dave, this is the narrowest letter you will ever read. Mark Worley, Natchusett, Illinois. Nachusa, Illinois. Well, let's see. Let me see that again. Oh, is that a fact? Oh, I see. Oh, right. Sure. Okay, Mark, that's the narrowest letter. All right, Hal, see what you can do with that, all right? All right, let's see. Okay. All right, Mark, look. Look at your letter now. It's not narrow at all, is it? No, it's wide. It's like a normal letter. Look at it. What the heck is going on here? I don't know. What are you doing, Paul? What's the matter? Sure, is it troubling you?
Sad Paul.
You want to get rid of that? You going to take it back to your place?
Just bring it over here.
All right. Well, you have a new little friend over there now.
I'll put it up over here. I'll make some good use of it over here.
All right, thanks,
I needed
Paul.
some decoration.
Okay. Anyway, Michael J. Fox will be here unless he's stormed off in a huff. I mean, Carolyn Jabs and Bob Geldof. Our first guest tonight is one of the most popular actors working on film and in television today. Folks, please welcome the star of NBC's Family Ties and the upcoming motion picture Bright Lights, Big City, Michael J. Fox. Hi, Michael. Nice to see you. Yahoo! Oh, yeah. Mr. Big Shot.
Yeah,
Now that's great, isn't it?
that's like really nice. Hi, how are you?
Now,
That's really nice. Thank you. Hi, guys.
Now, you don't often get to hear that because when you're working a film, of course, there's not a big audience on the set.
I've trained my family to do this.
No,
so I come home.
that's very nice, very
Yeah,
genuine.
It's really great.
How are things?
Yes, I mean, I personally would rather, referring to last night, I'd rather see the pencil, the giant pencil go through the window.
Well, we may have
You
that.
said, what would you rather see, Michael Fox or a pencil go through a
Oh.
window? And I'm here to tell you the pencil.
No,
okay?
no. Now, tell me about your affiliation with the Canadian Olympic ski team.
Oh, I'm honorary captain of the Canadian ski team. And
You are a Canadian, aren't you?
I'm a Canadian. I'm a Canadian guy. Paul and I grew up together.
What part of Canada?
I'm from Vancouver.
Vancouver is one of the greatest cities in North America.
It's a really great
Yeah.
city. It's
Stanley Park.
Stanley Park.
Beautiful.
It's squirrels.
Yeah.
Squirrels.
Lovely.
A lot of squirrels there and rabbits. Every Easter, people that get rabbits for Easter let them go there because they think they're cute for 2 days and let them go there. And then they're all over the road about this thick for about 2 months. It's really true. It's a real
It's a
problem.
Canadian tradition, though.
But I'm captain of the ski team. And a lot of people think that this just entails I'm on their poster and, you
Yeah.
know, and that they get to use my name. But they, you know, they call me up and
They do.
after time trials, they mic the bindings are a little tight. And I say, listen, here's what you do. Loosen the bindings, you know, work out those legs. And so I'm on top of the whole situation.
Yeah.
And I expect us to medal heavily.
Now, the Canadians always do well in skiing,
They're
don't they?
great. And they have an especially great team this year. I really think they're going to do well.
And this is alpine skiing is, what does that entail? Is that the slalom and
That's
downhill and all of
basically
that?
a mountain and a couple of boards. And they slalom downhill. I don't know if they're into that whole freestyle thing. They might be. You know that
Oh,
thing
the
where they kind of
jumping and they
dance
come
around
off
and
a-
stuff
yeah.
and spin around. I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't think Canadians would be interested in that.
Nah, they're
don't-
drinking beer while the guys are doing that. They're having a beer and they're relaxing.
What about the ski jumping team? None of that, just the
I
alpine.
think they probably do that. They go and drink the beer while they do the freestyle thing. Then they come out and do that jumping thing, and they get that buzz. You know, it's really.
Are you
Canadian thing.
you going to Calgary?
I'd like to. I don't know if I can. I have this, family ties thing. I don't know. They pay me money. They think I have to be there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But you're
The attitude,
the honorary captain of the ski
I'm
team.
the honorary captain. Well, I'm actually kind of miffed I'm miffed, as my mother would say. I'm really cheesed. Because I wanted to be involved with the hockey team, but
Yeah.
they wouldn't have. I think they got Alan Sick. I don't know who they got. Or somebody, some other Canadian. But
Now, how did the Canadians do in Olympic hockey? Did they medal in that?
they do really good. The thing about our guys, our best hockey players, they get out of high school and they join the pros. So
Yeah.
until such time as they let our pros play.
But I thought that that rule had been certain sports if it's voted on by the...
Yeah, now they let our pros play, but the thing is they let our pros play during the hockey season,
Yeah.
so, you know, Mario Lemieux and Wayne Gretzky and stuff, they're playing for cash, and the guys who got cut from their NHL teams are playing.
Yeah.
So we still have a good team. I think we're going to do better than we've done in a long time.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, my phone is ready for them if they want to call me up if they've got any questions about technique, about what to expect from those Russians. Yeah. I'm ready.
Tell me about the movie. Now, there was a huge article in the New York Times Magazine about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was a flattering article, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. Didn't you think so?
Yeah, I thought it was really great. The woman that wrote it was on the movie from the beginning, and we had kind of much publicized
personnel changes.
Personnel change.
Yeah.
We had a new director brought in after about 2 weeks.
Now, what does that do to you, a member of the cast? Not a member, the star of the cast.
Well, it was really tough because Joyce Chopra, the woman who started directing the film, is a talented director.
Mm-hmm.
But we're in such a time frame because I have to get back to family ties that it's really hard. If the people whose $15 million it is or whatever are having a problem, it's hard for me to call and say, listen, I know that I've only got 2 more weeks that you could use me, but hey, you know, give this person a break. They felt that they had a problem, so they brought in someone else. And for me, the film that isn't going to be used, it was just more work on my characters, the same guys. So
did they go back and start over? How much had they shot at that point?
It shot, well, 3 weeks or 4 weeks,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
So they went back. So this lady wrote this article, and really what she wanted to write was about how the movie fell apart. We made this change, but a funny thing happened on the way to the theater, and it kind of turned out okay.
The movie turned out all right?
So she couldn't really write that it got screwed up and it turned to crap. All she could write was it got screwed up and it could have turned to crap, but I don't really know if it did, but maybe it did, and I don't really know. So it was kind of...
Now, you've seen, you obviously...
like Bob Woodward-ish kind of reporting.
You've seen the movie.
Yeah.
And what did you think?
I liked it. I liked it a lot. This is funny, but I saw it. My girlfriend's in it too, and she's excellent in it, Tracy Pollan, and we liked it. And afterwards, she said, "What did you think of it?" And she thought I was really good in it and stuff. And of course, she would. You know, it's just really tough for her at home. You know, if she says you really stunk in it, you know, it's going to make dinner that night kind of rough. so she liked my work, and I liked her work in it. And she said, "What did you think?" And I said, "Well, you know, I wanted a car chase or something." And she said, "Well, it's not your kind of movie."
Yeah.
So I'm really not a person to judge the movie.
But you
because I
don't
like
need car chases.
I'm
plenty of car
I'm
chases.
into Action Jackson, you know, but they didn't call me out.
We got to do here a commercial, and then we'll be right back with Michael J. The movie Bright Lights, Big City, based on the book of the same title.
Actually, don't let me fool you. It's good. I liked it a lot.
Good.
It was a strange movie to make.
Yeah.
So, but I'm glad it was made.
Well, strange because of the circumstances we talked about earlier, or other reasons?
No, just that. I mean, so many people have different feelings about what it's about. Some people think it's like a Fodor's guide to cocaine and nightlife. And it's really not. It's just a story about a guy whose life is a little screwed up, and he's trying to deal with it.
You work as something called a fact checker for a New York City magazine?
Yeah, for New York City magazine. Not New Yorker.
Now, before I started doing television, I had no idea that there was a fact checker.
Yeah,
I mean, it only makes sense.
It's a really important job, actually. It's because it really surprises the guys who write the articles. They really there's no percentage for them in it being true or being factual. It doesn't really make any difference to them. They write it and they think it's true. They write it. Now there's these guys who get, who work on the lowest rung of the ladder in a sense that have to make sure all these facts are right. So they call up the person involved and they say, are you really 400 pounds? And you say, like, no, and I don't think that I am. And that's their job. So Esquire called me up and said that if I wanted to do research, because that's like us actors, love to do research.
Now, do you, or you must hate it, really?
Well, no, it's great, but it's like, I love to shoot the movies, they always hear actors say, I love the research is what I really love, I love the
that's gonna
acting.
stink, really.
I mean, it's okay, but it's like homework. But anyway, so they called me up, and they asked
how much research did you do?
Well, I actually did a lot on this, because now you think, well, I only need to do this much research, but research has become like a big thing, so I better do a lot.
Yeah.
So Esquire let me be a fact checker at their magazine, and so I went in, and there were all these people, and they were signing stories for us to check facts on, this one guy got this great story about baseball uniforms through the years, you know, which I would have loved to have done. And he gets to call Cooperstown a lot, but he had that one. Someone else said something about Nicaragua and drug smuggling and Contras, and that was pretty fascinating.
Exciting.
But I got a blackberry pie recipe. And I said, you know, well, guys, I mean, I know I don't know that much about it, but, you know, like, why don't you just, like, you know, slap me in the head, you know? I mean, this is pretty low work. And
So what did you learn about blueberry pies, blackberry pies?
They said that recipes are really hard to do, actually, and it was a tough job. So I said, okay, so I get this thing, and there were a couple things, like the lady who wrote it said, you know, when the blossoms are pink, it's a sure sign that the blackberries are ready. Right. Well, I knew, as a fact checker, this makes no sense, because, you know, blossoms and berries don't coexist.
Appear at the same time.
No, one is the other eventually. So
very good.
Yeah. See, so now I know I'm cruising. You know, I'm an FC.
You got a lock on this.
I got a lock. I know what's happening. So now
easy money.
I have to check the recipe, and I don't know how to bake. So I thought, well, I'll just call like this pie place. So I called up a pie place. This lady, hello, and I said, hi.
Nice job on the voice. That's how the lady sounded.
Yeah, she sounded. I won't say the
Too much
restaurant.
pie, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of pie. The tequila meringue. So anyway, she said, I said, listen, this is Mike from Esquire, and I'm going to read you a recipe, and at the end, if I'll get pie, let me know. So she said, okay. So I start to read it, and she goes, first of all, that's a cobbler. You haven't got a pie, you got a cobbler.
Yeah.
So I said, I got a cobbler. Great, okay, we'll call it pie, but you and I know it's a cobbler. So, and then she said, at the end, she said, there's no holes. I said, no, it's blackberries. It's for black. The whole pie is a donut, actually. She said, no, there's no holes in the pie, there's no holes. And she said, it'll blow up. So the point was that the person who wrote this recipe forgot to put vents in the pie. So I actually saved Esquire readers from exploding pies.
They were willing to print that kind of rubbish if it hadn't have been for you.
Absolutely.
Step in and save the day. When does the film open up, Michael?
Film opens April 1st.
That's not this weekend, then,
No,
is it?
it's not this weekend. It opens April 1st. Actually, this weekend, a friend of mine, Justine Bateman, has a movie called Satisfaction opening.
Great.
So if I have to plug something, let me plug her movie.
Good enough. And good luck to you and the Canadians.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Please come back
Dave.
anytime.
Michael J. Fox, folks. We'll be right back here.